You're now locked onto the Pulse Radio Show with Marcus Myers, Xtina, and Ken Pyle. And on the 1 and 2s, Big Red the DJ. It's the Pulse Radio Show, baby. Believe that.
We're owning this experience right here on the Pulse Radio Show. We got Mr. Marcus Myers. And you know, every week we bring someone special to the Pulse Radio Show. Marcus, you kind of let the cat out of the bag, but it's bare sweetness in here, so it's all love.
Yeah. So and she deserves a proper introduction, to be honest. So this artist is going to be recorded by Astral Media. Big up Kadeem and Dwayne in the building. You know, we got lucky to marry to the team. But this is a very important person to me, only because I gotta say she's part of the Cormier family. They gotta start there. This is singer, songwriter, and I have to say, York University graduate. We have Miss Leigh Phillips, ladies and gentlemen.
You did your research, man.
I did my research. I did my little research for you.
Frodio, man.
I told someone that you were coming on, and they said Leigh Phillips, and they asked if you are Chinese because your name is Leigh.
Wow.
Yeah, my group chat has a lot of stupid people in it. Shout out to my
shout out to Marcus's
shout out to my group chat. Stupid group chat.
Everybody is.
Yeah. So just to get this out of the way,
you know, beer dislikes that thing with it.
Exactly.
Videos that thing.
All right. So the body wants to know if you are actually Chinese or why is your name Leigh?
Well, my government, I guess.
Yeah.
It's Ashley.
The Babylon name.
Yeah. You know, the system named me Ashley.
I see. The system named you that.
So I took off the Ash because the real Ashleys, you know what Ashleys they had in Cormier, much less in Barbados? No. They have one in every year.
That's a very interesting spelling of Ashley to start with.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. But there were still two of us.
With this particular
spelling.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Leigh. Why like is that like a certain like meaning that comes with that too, or is just your parents wanted to be creative?
I think it's the same. My mom grew up in England, so that down there, that's like the spelling.
You have a British accent? Can you put on one? No,
not really, innit?
Okay, let's move on.
Let's not do that.
Blimey, you're a wizard, Ari. That's not bad. Anyway, so tell us about singing, because you have been touring basically, it feels like the world. I'm seeing you every now and again on your Instagram, doing different things all over the place. So tell us about what you did for the year.
Oh man, this year has been crazy. So I have gone to Trinidad in March and Newfoundland in April, which is like the east coast of Canada. Canada real big, you know, like the second biggest country.
I know I've never been, but I keep hearing about it. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Don't go in the winter, or go in the winter if you want to die.
Okay,
whichever you feel like doing, you know, up to you. If you like frostbite. So that was with Club One New Releases, which is a TV program, which is a collaboration between Flow down here and Bell TV in Canada. So this is their 5th season. So I was the rep for Barbados this year, and that was epic.
But so how did you get that that opportunity?
BCSI has a
who's that?
Barbados Coalition of Service Industries.
Okay.
Yes, they have a concert every year called Firefly, where they bring up and coming artists together, and they do like a fashion show, live entertainment. I think they had 6 p.m. Splash there as well last year. So I was a part of the lineup. So the lady, who dealt with the show for them, she actually also deals with Club One New Releases auditions. So she saw me perform my originals there because I'd released my EP, which is titled Leigh at the time. And she was like, oh, you have 3 songs, that's awesome. Would you like to audition for Club One? So I auditioned, so it was 5 of us, myself, Lennox, Chian, oh my goodness, the girl who won Banks, counting the girl last year.
Tia Seeley?
No, not Tia Seeley, before her.
Nadia?
Nadia.
Nadia, right.
Nadia, just can't remember your name, girl. and myself.
Yeah.
So there was a voting period, and then it was chosen in December and flew out in March and April with the band.
Wow,
awesome.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so out of that, I got to meet different artists from all over the Caribbean. I actually have music coming out with some people from that.
Oh, like who? Anybody that we would know?
I'm not sure if y'all would know him, but there's a Jamaican reggae artist. His name's Indy Allen. He actually was just in Belgium doing a big concert down there.
Okay.
So we have music coming out next year. So look out for that.
Okay, Indy Allen, I don't know that name. Can Google that name, Indy Allen, just pull up his bio, because I have no idea who that is.
Just pull up his song, Catch a Fire.
Just because I'm malicious right now. But yeah, that sounds great. Did you have any groupies while you were touring? You get tour groupies.
That's a dangerous question, we on air.
I know.
That's a dangerous question.
Listen, I hear that tour life is rock star life.
Oh, it was fun. That's what it was fun.
Okay. What kind of fun? Oh.
All kinds of fun.
Oh, nice.
How about that? We'll let the listeners take whatever they want from that.
Yeah. Okay, but from Canada, did you do like networking up there and stuff? Will you be going back?
Yes, and yes. So, in Newfoundland, we had the opportunity to pitch to the director of North by Northeast. North by Northeast is Toronto's largest music festival. South by Southwest?
Yeah, I do.
It's their sister company.
I see.
So they have a big concert in June. So we met the director there. I got to do a 10-minute pitch to her about my brand, where I see myself, and she came to our live show. So from that's how I ended up in Toronto in August. So I went down to do Toronto's largest street festival, Taste of the Danforth, on the North by Northeast stage.
Nice.
And hopefully next year now, they are looking at bringing me up for the actual North by Northeast. So
that is crazy.
Yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed.
But speaking of meeting people, you have to talk about the fact that you met Drake. Like, what is that like? We can't have this interview and not talk about that.
Okay, that was wild. Okay, so my friend, or my friend's friend, I should say, is Zoe Kravitz's cousin.
Really?
Yes.
So she's
like literal family.
Like Lenny Kravitz is her.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
She's a Bajan, or
she's from the Bahamas.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Cool.
So we all kind of like rode in the same circle. So she knows I was into music. I wasn't singing or anything at that time. It was just a regular job kind of thing.
Right.
She was like, "Oh, my cousin's in. She's having a concert. You like music? Do you want to come with me?" So, duh.
This is what year, by the way?
This is 2000 and I want to say 14.
Oh, so this is when Drake was Drake.
Yeah, when he was hot. Like,
yeah.
Biggest thing ever.
Right.
So we went to the concert and people started freaking out because he came in. I saw him over there. I was like, "Oh, cool, that's Drake. Oh my goodness," fangirled from afar. And then she was like, "Yo, do you want to go to dinner with all of us?" I was like, "Who's all of us?" She's like, "Oh, just come." I said, "Okay, cool." So I end up at this dinner table. I'm sitting next to Zoe Kravitz, and directly across from me was Drake, and I was starstruck, fam. Like so in love. I couldn't say anything. I was just like looking at him, looking down, looking up. Like, oh my god.
So you actually why you ran down with him?
Nah.
You can do that for the Bajans?
We wasn't doing that for the culture that night. Okay, I was really just trying to keep my spot on the table without them having to be like, yeah, remove this one,
Oh,
so I just was playing it cool, He introduced himself to everybody though. He honestly, really nice guy. Like, not what you want about, the sun and all that stuff. Really nice guy.
So when he was at the table, was everybody like as starstruck as you, or it was just like whatever?
Yeah, it was like a good 10 of us that rolled to this dinner to meet him, and yeah, he introduced himself to the entire table. I feel like his OVO team was actually more stuck up than he was. He just came, he sat down, he talked, and he just got on like a real normal person.
Wait, he paid for dinner?
Man, really?
Did he though?
Honestly, no, fam. Nah,
what?
Fam. But it wasn't like that. I didn't even eat. Like I was that nervous.
A multi-millionaire, soon to be billionaire, did not pay for one food?
It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. So
I mean, it wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that.
Listen, anytime I'm going out with somebody and they got that much money, then go pay for my lobster and shit.
As a woman, you ain't want everybody paying for your meal here.
Why? Oh, I mean, because you would expect something else.
Exactly. So let's leave it at that.
That's true, actually.
It was a moment though. It was a vibe for sure. And then I asked him for a picture, and he's like, "Oh yeah." Dawn that we were best friends, and I was like, "Oh my god."
Wait, I need to see that picture. That's on your Instagram?
Yes, it's on my Instagram.
I guess you can just plug it right now. I think it's Leigh P Music.
Yes, it's at Leigh P Music. So that's LEIGHP as in Pat. Music, MUSIC, no fanciness.
But that's crazy. So did that influence anything, like in terms of your own music and trying to get out there? Just seeing
that was a turnaround moment for me, because meeting both of them on the same night, like of course I focused on Drake, but she's very much a star in her own right.
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz. So meeting both of them, and they were so normal and so relaxed. I was kind of like, you know what, these people that are doing amazing things are just regular people like you and me.
Yeah.
So why don't I have music to show this man if I really want to do music? Why am I not like in a position to be like, yo, bro, here's my mixtape?
Oh, so you mean like right off the like anytime that you're with somebody or whatever, if you have an opportunity, you can just utilize the opportunity.
Exactly,
one time.
and I was not
prepared.
ready.
Yeah.
I was not ready at all. I had nothing to show him, so I didn't even mention at that point that I was a singer because there was nothing to show.
Yeah.
So that really changed. That was like a turnaround point in my life. I started then taking everything seriously,
Really?
and by the time I came back to Barbados, I was like, yeah, let's do this. So that's one of my like big goals, you know, to go back and be like, what's up, Drake?
But we have to talk about your inspirations because I mean, I read that you had an inspiration from being at school and you were diagnosed with scoliosis.
Yes.
Right. So can you talk about how that influenced your music and especially at school and moving forward?
I guess it influenced my life in general. So I was diagnosed with scoliosis, which is an irregular curvature of the back of the spine. So you know, like how it could debone a fish, how it just goes like shoop, and just like
Flops
over.
Right.
My back was kind of like that.
So you are basically a boneless fish.
Yes, but now I'm more like an android.
You're an android fish.
The fish.
I see.
The fish on the back of the silver dollar.
right. Okay,
That's
okay.
fish, yeah.
Android fish, I like that. Okay.
Android fish.
That's a good
my
name.
DJ name.
Yeah, that's a good DJ name, DJ Android fish. Okay, so but when but when you were at school, did you get any like heat for it? Because people are at school though. I mean, like
Somebody called me Quasimodo once and they cursed them real bad.
Man, that failed though.
That was about it, but otherwise no. People were pretty chill about it. I don't really think a lot of people noticed, so it wasn't like a big deal. But I felt very self-conscious about it. It was real short, real small, like, and I knew like.
Yeah.
I knew I had a hump, so
like
it was strange.
when we were when I was going to school with you and I would see you, I would never realize you were hunched over like Quasimodo.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You could only see it if I bent over,
Right.
then you could kind of see that my back wasn't straight.
Yeah.
Marcus, stop the thoughts.
What? I'm just looking.
I see you looking.
I'm just looking.
You just looking. All right,
yeah.
All right.
So I had my surgery in Trinidad at 14. So basically, I transitioned like a butterfly from third to fourth form.
Right.
Left in third form, it was short. Did surgery, came back to fourth form. I was like,
You was tall.
Oh, that cocoon, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
those kind of experiences really change somebody, especially a creative. So
Yeah,
that's why I
definitely.
asked. Yeah. So so that inspiration, that confidence and stuff, that you would say that is like in your music when you're writing, etc.
Definitely, because it showed me at a very early stage that I could overcome anything. So when you do that kind of surgery, it's about 10 hours, so it's major surgery. You have to learn to walk again. You have to do a lot of physiotherapy. Like, it's rough.
Wow.
Yeah. And I used to live in Canada, and like things like extreme cold, they affect your back. So it's definitely been a wild time. The metal's in there for life, but
That is me.
and
Like,
it's good,
Bionic fish.
but that just means that your back is broad.
I
Exactly.
had metal in me too, but to take it out.
You see, I don't know if I could do the surgery again, so I'm really glad it's just in for life. Because if they had to tell me, okay,
No,
we're gonna put this in
my
and
body
take it
actually
out,
rejected
nah.
metal, so if they didn't take it out, I would have probably died.
No.
I think actually being very, very serious, Marcus. I actually being
We let you go interview right because I like what?
Bionic red.
So when you and we're gonna move off this now, but when you go through metal detectors, what happens?
Nothing usually. The only time I had a problem was I was traveling in Panama, and I guess they had their sensors so high, I almost got arrested one time because they thought I was shoplifting. Don't mind, the bags was full of things I just bought. They just assumed the black girl was shoplifting, and I had to be like, yo, I don't speak Spanish, even though I did. And tell them, bring somebody to translate that I have metal in my back. But usually it's not a problem.
Oh wow, crazy. And do you stay away from magnets? Last question, like this is the last question. This is the last one.
No, not generally. I think it'd have to be a pretty strong magnet to,
Okay,
to
I
affect
see.
me.
I see. Okay.
Gotta
Yeah, so
find
it's not
that-
like you can
that
take
back-
a fridge magnet and just
I just
throw it
do
on the
that.
back,
Yeah.
Nah.
You gotta
Come
find
over here, Leigh.
find
And then
it.
this, but moving on though. So where do you see yourself now? I mean, now you're touring and everything, and where do you want to be? And do you would say like in the next like 2, 3, 5 years?
5 years, I would like to be a full-time musician, full-time artist. Right now, shout out to Pops, for holding it down. I work with my dad. He has a health and safety company. So I do that during the day and music in between. But I would love to, in the next 5 years, be a full artist, so to speak, and be traveling the world or continue to travel the world.
Yeah, and it sounds
be a household name, in
Yeah, and it sounds like you're on your way too, because I mean, I've been hearing in a lot of circles the fact that you did go away and you did get through with the BCSI opportunity. So I mean, so other than like Toronto, where else would you want to go?
Everywhere, honestly, everywhere. Like Europe, South America, everywhere.
You didn't call North America. That's usually known to be the music.
I feel like
hub.
North America is a given, but I feel like there are so many other hubs for music.
Right, you've been there and done that already. I mean, you may not have risen to the highest level in North America, but it's somewhere that you experienced already. So I'm sure I can understand why you would want to see somewhere else and be able to share your talent with somewhere else.
I also like to go to Africa. I feel like the vibe down there is
Africa.
insane. Yeah, but like all over. Like we know it's a continent.
Yeah.
Hence Africa and not
and not the country
countries.
Africa.
Exactly.
As some people would refer to it as.
But what is the music scene like in Africa? Though,
I can tell you, Eddie Grant first million seller was in Nigeria. I mean, of all places to get it, did Electric Avenue. Eddie Grant that owns the studio by Bailey's Plantation that would have recorded guys like Mick Jagger right here in Barbados, Sting, all those people. His first million seller was in Nigeria. So I mean. And that was in the 80s.
Right.
That was then. That's not even now. So it's a very huge market.
Big market. We just we tend to focus on North America because it's the closest in proximity to us. But there are so many others. I'm not saying do everything. That's how I approach it.
And then also because of like the media and they control the media, I kind of just see only American celebrities. So
yeah, but you can do very well for yourself without necessarily being big in the U.S. That's why people like Adele and Sam Smith have this whole transition into the U.S. market, but it doesn't mean they weren't doing well in England, right?
Yeah. So okay, well let's get into one of your songs, "Dislocated Love." I heard it. I was like, actually, when I first heard "Dislocated Love," it just brought back some memories for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I want to hear about the inspiration you had behind creating that song.
Actually, shout out to Mixie, who is the producer. The beat's name was "Dislocated Love," so I wrote to complement that. So we were just in the studio. He was showing me some other stuff that he wanted me to work on, and he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go through these old files." And when I heard the start for it, I was like, "Stop! What is that?"
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, this is Dislocated Love," and I was like, "What? What kind of name is that?"
Yeah.
Because dislocated.
I had a dislocated shoulder already.
Right. That's what usually people
had enough
reference.
injuries, yeah.
Ready? You need that metal again?
Nah.
I am
about that life.
So that was basically the inspiration, and I kind of wrote around that, and I guess used my experiences in relationships and other friends' experiences to kind of mold it into, that whole feeling of not being sure whether you should stay or you should leave.
So you've been in a dislocated relationship before?
Yeah.
Same. Then eventually it wasn't dislocated, it just broke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Never connect.
Huh?
Never connect.
I know, right?
It may need some metal in there. Come on, Android relationship. Alright, done.
Yeah. But that said, I guess we're gonna hear the song now. This is "Dislocated Love" by Leigh Phillips.
Introduce your track, man.
All right, what's up, 95.3? This is Leigh Phillips, and you're gonna hear "Dislocated Love."
Right here on the Pulse Radio Show, powered by Cape Shepherd, own the experience in association with
Broad Street Man
and Women Designer Wear.
Baby,
Jeez.
believe that.